young. I've been 14, that's when God's 30 years old. What?
The plane crash, like the rising star in the world of music and film. Reaction today after Aaliyah and 8 others were when their plane went down.
The stuff that they say about Aaliyah, like what would I do if I find out that somebody actually intentionally did that? I really don't know. Homie Mike, he was salty a little bit because he was trying to get at Aaliyah and I was trying to get at her.
Talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Mm-hmm. Think of the power of that moment.
Was I shocked when Jay said the line in Picasso Baby? Yes, because we've talked about that. We have a history that supersedes music.
Oh girl, people online are dragging Jay-Z again, and Foxy Brown is trending after hints about painful industry memories, but nothing has been confirmed. Do you remember how she once talked about feeling pressured by older executives when she was very young? Stories like that remind us the music world can be a cold, complicated place, y'all.
I'm young. I've been 14, that's when God's 30 years old. What? Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of different. You can't really relate where we're coming from. You would never really understand what we've been.
Rumors online are flying, saying Jay-Z noticed her early and wanted her in his circle, but none of these stories have ever been proven. What's darker is how people keep claiming insiders saw young artists struggling and stayed silent because they feared losing their careers. There are also wild claims about secret relationships and personal issues, yet no real evidence has ever backed them up. Then people start dragging other names into it, even bringing up Aaliyah's tragic plane crash, which investigators already ruled an accident. There's a lot of noise out there, so let's slow down and look at what's actually known. If you've been scrolling lately, you've probably seen tweets accusing Jay-Z of inappropriate behavior with young women, with celebrities like Nicki Minaj and 50 Cent throwing shade online. Some rumors even pulled Beyoncé into the story, saying they met when she was young, but those are still just internet talk without confirmed proof. In an industry built on hype and whispers, separating fact from fiction can be harder than anyone wants to admit.
And you saw this relationship between Jay and her blossoming.
Not from the beginning, because they talked for like a year on the phone. And I was like, oh God, I don't ever remember talking to somebody for a year on the phone. Like, this is moving really slow. And so it took them a year to really get together. When she went to do, the movie in LA was, I think, the first time that he had been to our house for dinner. And, but they weren't dating then and they weren't talking like that.
50 Cent whacking Jay-Z.
Hope got a young girl, still not quite 21.
Recently posted a verse from Jay-Z rapping about dating young girls. The song is called Young Girl / I Really Like You and is featured on Pharrell's debut solo album. In the caption of the post, 50 Cent said, I know you're gonna say I'm a hater, but what do you have to say about what he's saying, fool? LOL, get your ASS down the street. Uploaded this with a photo of Jay-Z's face photoshopped on Alien vs. character. Let's just get into a couple of the lyrics. He says, Hope got a young girl, still not quite 21. Introduce themselves. Oh, you're 19. No, you're lightning in a bottle. I'll give you a ring tomorrow.
You're 19? Woo. No, you're lightning in a bottle. I'll give you a ring tomorrow.
And this song came out in 2006 on Pharrell's debut album, In My Mind. At the time, he's talking about dating a 19-year-old girl and he's 36, turned 37 December 4th. What I found most interesting is he says the scenes that follow screams of horror, classic Stephen King novel. And according to a surface level search on Google, a lot of his novels centered around child trauma, addiction, the supernatural, and the battle between good and evil. Key themes and subjects in his work include coming of age / loss of innocence. Back to the lyrics, because after he referenced the Stephen King novels, he says, Mama don't think you should take someone so advanced in romance, you should just wait. Papa don't preach, Hove don't bite. Hove been through it, I might hold your life. Janet, take control of your life.
Mama don't think you should take someone so advanced in romance, you should just wait. Papa don't preach, Hove don't bite. Hoping through it, I might mow your life.
You gotta read in between the lines to figure out what he is talking about. He's talking about taking somebody, showing them his influence, and pretty much, honey, y'all can fill in the blank. You know, people who are going to be screaming that he is talking about a person that is legal. The fact that he was talking about dating.
One of the earliest names people keep bringing up is Foxy Brown. Online chatter says she was barely stepping into the spotlight while he was already a powerhouse nearing 30, and that the promise of fame was dangled like bait. Those whispers paint a picture of power imbalance and pressure, but they remain unproven stories passed around in dark corners of the internet. Then the rumors grow colder. Some claim she was cast aside once the buzz faded, silenced with hush money and quietly pushed out of opportunities. Others repeat shocking talk about a secret pregnancy and an alleged ultimatum, though none of it has ever been confirmed. In a world fueled by ambition and fear, reminding us again how easily truth gets buried beneath gossip.
Shocked when Jay said the line in Picasso Baby, yes, because we've talked about that. We have a history that supersedes music, and we know how this business works. We sit back and we laugh at those rumors. We laugh at that. I think he began to feel the pressure because people were saying my age, the age thing. She was 15, 14. She was 15, 14. And after a while, that gets to a person. The Jay I know, the Sean I know, never comes out of character. So
I never stuck my in the box, but damn if I ain't open Pandora's box. They try to slander your man on CNN and my Mirandas don't stand a chance.
Remember Foxy Brown and Jay. Ain't no woman like the one I got. No one could love.
And just when people thought the rumors couldn't get any louder, old posts from Foxy started resurfacing and fans began reading between every line. She shared a cryptic exchange about staying silent for years to protect her peace, hinting that her story would shake people, though she never named anyone or confirmed the gossip. It sounded like someone carrying heavy memories, choosing distance over chaos, and it left more questions than answers. Still, Foxy wasn't the only name pulled into these online theories. People also dragged Aaliyah into the conversation, repeating claims that surfaced after Dame Dash once spoke about his own relationship history and industry tensions, even though nothing was ever proven. Conspiracy stories about her tragic plane crash have been widely debunked by investigators, who ruled it an accident caused by overload and pilot issues. Yet, in a world obsessed with secrets, whispers keep growing louder, even when facts say something considered very different.
Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane, to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyoncé, who was struggling. She didn't choose to get on that plane. Why would you need to sign a non-disclosure agreement about a plane crash and what happened leaving?
Things got even more complicated when people pointed out that Jay-Z kept collaborating with R. Kelly long after Kelly's marriage to the young Aaliyah had already sparked outrage. Many fans questioned the optics of that decision, though working together in music doesn't prove personal involvement in anyone else's crimes. They released the album Best of Both Worlds and toured together, a partnership that drew huge crowds, but also heavy scrutiny. Then chaos hit during the tour. At a show in Madison Square Garden, Kelly abruptly left the stage claiming he saw threats in the crowd, and the night spiraled into confusion and headlines. Lawsuits followed over the canceled dates, and their relationship fell apart in public view. Years later, more rumors and old interviews kept resurfacing online, but none of them have ever been verified.
Yo, don't put up no movies. I said, that's not my style. That's not what I'm going to do. Yeah, I could have put up movies. I could have showed the R. Kelly video that everybody's talking about, made fun of it, and said, yeah, Jay's hanging out. When Jay and I was in there doing Best of Both Worlds, you can't tell me Jay didn't see a 14-year-old girl come in the studio and sit on R. Kelly's lap. No. You can't tell me, you don't sit here and tell me that working on that album, that he ain't never seen no 14-year-old girl come in the vicinity.
My belief is that anybody who's worked with him and been in his cypher has seen it go down.
You've seen it go down.
Yeah.
It's wrong. I've been around R. Kelly, and I pray for that, brother. I've been on a tour with him. It didn't last too long, but I've been around him. I didn't see no 14-year-old, but I talked to the man, and I've seen there's a little problem there. The brother needs help, and I pray for him. But if I sit there and did an album about women with him, I'm definitely maybe indulgent. He had to be indulgent for 14-year-old, man. That's what I'm saying. What I'm here for the people, man. I'm here to talk the truth.
It's hard to know what to make of stories like that, especially since Nas never offered concrete proof to back up what he was saying. Still, the internet ran with it, repeating old rumors and building whole narratives around them. Jaguar Wright also weighed in with her own claims about industry politics and secret investigations.
Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail. Get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter? They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly. How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing to see what's right there.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim?
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about. Just now, Sean, you must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter. This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching through our culture and our society for decades.
It feels like there are still unanswered questions swirling around the names of Jay-Z, Foxy Brown, and Aaliyah, but right now most of what's circulating online is rumor, not proven fact. If anything real ever comes out, it will have to come through solid evidence and real investigations, not whispers on social media. Still, the speculation has people debating nonstop, with some saying the way young artists were treated in that era was frightening and deserves more honest reflection. Others keep questioning the tragic plane crash that took Aaliyah's life, even though investigators concluded it was caused